Hi, Ben here at Pixel Portable, the home of portable gaming and retro gaming. I hope you're well. As a portable gaming fanatic, it was actually the release of Monster Hunter on the PSP that would eventually push me into buying a PSP, which would begin a near 2-decade love affair with the series that would seriously get us hooked into me. With the launch and success of Monster Hunter Wilds, it was high time that I rated the series, a series that I've loved for nearly 20 years, and give my personal opinion on where the games rank or whether or not they're worth playing today. I still have all of my copies, and I still have my absolutely insane, only one in the world, double-signed Wii that I won in a competition. The video of that will be in the description. I'll also have a card up here. Signed by both Kaname Fujioka, the game's director and art director, and, as well as that, a signature from Ryozo Sugimoto, whom is the executive corporate officer and senior producer for the Monster Hunter franchise. I attended the Monster Hunter Gathering Hall events in London. I was a social media manager for the official Monster Hunter Tribe Facebook page. I even had my own Monster Hunter Facebook page as well, called Monster Hunter World, before that even became a game. As you can see, I'm somewhat of a fan. In fact, I would say I'm a bit of a fanatic. Credentials aside, I think it's time we just get into it. Let's just go into the tier list. Let's see where they rank. According to me, just some dude on the internet. So take it with a pinch of pixel salt. Right, I'm going to go straight into this tier list, and I'm not going to mess around too much. The original Monster Hunter, it is a little lacking. The original Monster Hunter for the PlayStation 2, I have the game still. It's a little lacking on the big screen. So I would say a little lacking C. Then you've got Monster Hunter Freedom, which was the PSP, and that was actually the first Monster Hunter game I ever played. Monster Hunter Freedom for the PSP. I loved it a lot, but I do appreciate that the mechanics have not aged well over time. I rank it a B, which is decent, but if I was to say to you, should you play it today? Unless you want to see where the game's history came from, I would say no, don't. It's going to be very, very difficult for you to adjust to such a slow-paced game that requires a lot of concentration. But if that sounds like it's up your street, then it goes into B, decent. Monster Hunter Freedom 2 was pretty much more of the same. It was good. It was a good game. But yeah, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite was really, really good. We never got Monster Hunter Portable 3rd over here in the West, but we did get Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, which had basically all of that content in anyway. Freedom Unite was really good. That was the first golden age of Monster Hunter when it became kind of popular, and I went to the events in London and stuff, and that was really cool. And then we have Monster Hunter Tri for the Wii. It's decent. It's decent. I was one of those people that liked the underwater combat. There's not many of those. I know. It's a very dividing topic, but I quite like the underwater combat. I really loved how online play worked for that. I think that was the first game, in fact, where you could play online fully. And I played it online a lot. I played it online a lot more than I did for 3G, which came out on the 3G and 3, which came out on the 3DS. I did play it a lot still, but yeah. Speaking of 3G, that's it's decent. It's decent. And then we have Monster Hunter 4, which is just pure gold. It's a pure gold game. And Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, pure gold also. Now, those two games are fantastic. They are the best of the handheld portable Monster Hunter games, in my opinion. I did like the ones that are coming up, Generations and stuff, but then they weren't as big of a jump and didn't have as much post-game content as 4 Ultimate does. 4 Ultimate's incredible. And if you're wanting to play an older Monster Hunter game and get a grasp of how good that series could be, I think the pinnacle was 4 Ultimate, personally. That's my opinion. It has enough of the quality of life features from the previous games to remove a lot of the slowness, but it doesn't have some of the insanity that came with Generations, where you had the weapon arts and stuff, which was still really fun. But I think if you want to capture how old Monster Hunter kind of felt, but also play it on the best possible version, I would say go for 4 Ultimate. That's my shout. And then we have Generations, which was really good. Solid concept. I love the fact it had four for Apex monsters that you had to deal with instead of just having like one cover monster. Oh, it's also worth noting with Wilds, it's the most recent one. A lot of Wilds' lore calls back to Monster Hunter 4 as well. So just another reason to play Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is you get to see Gemma in her younger self. You get to see a lot of the characters that are referenced, and you get to see the original discovery of Gore Magala, which is the cover monster for that game. Then you have Double Cross, which was Japanese only. I did get a translated version for my 3DS, but I didn't finish it, and I didn't even get up to the Jet Dragon, so I can't fully say that it was incredible. So I'm going to put it here. Yeah. And then we have Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World base game was decent. Fantastic graphics, fantastic gameplay, a new kind of approach to how the game worked. I really enjoyed it, but it was just decent when you compare it to everything else. Iceborne, however, Iceborne is pure gold, and if you have the opportunity to play through base game world and then play through Iceborne, highly recommend it, especially on the more modern consoles. Very, very good. Rise, I didn't bother. With Rise. Rise, I played the demo on Steam, and it felt like going from World to Rise is a lot like going from Pokemon Black and White 2 to Scarlet and Violet. Although, while the ages of those games are very different, Scarlet and Violet, to me, wasn't very good. Black and White 2, fantastic. And I feel the same with Rise. I felt like it was a graphical downgrade, it was a gameplay downgrade. So I just wasn't willing to step back after just coming out of Iceborne, which was so good. And then we have Wilds, and you see I've already made a list. I made a little rank for Wilds, because it has the potential to go north or south from here depending on future updates. I have finished all of the content in Wilds. I have finished every monster, and I have finished most of the quests, or the optional quests. And it's got problems, but it's also got loads of potential. So I have a little gap between A and B, and that's where Wild sits, and it's pending updates. If the updates come out and they are just then it'll be decent, and it will fall in line with the other things in decent. But if the updates come out and they're really good, then it'll go into A and be really good. If the updates come out and it's the best Monster Hunter game I've ever played, which is not impossible, but it is unlikely, then obviously it will get bumped all the way up to S rank gold. But this is where I view the mainline games that I've played. That is my tier list. What do you think to this tier list? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Hit me in the comments. What's your favorite Monster Hunter game? What was your first Monster Hunter game? I want to hear all about it because, we've already established I'm a bit of a fan, and I would love to hear how the viewers of this channel interact with Monster Hunter, and I think that would be really cool for me to read. And that concludes the tier list for the Monster Hunter mainline series games, according to me, some dude on the internet, so, whatever. Do you think I did anything dirty? Do you believe that the original Monster Hunter game was better than where I put it? Do you think that Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is pure gold, like I think it is? Also, what's your favorite weapon? Do you have a favorite monster? Tell me all those things in the comments. I love to read other people's opinions on games that are like some of my favorites in existence. So yes, hit me all your information. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me if you love Wilds. Tell me what weapon you use. I want to hear all about it. I've been Ben at Pixel Portable. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.